Hello everybody, welcome to bestunder.in, and today we are going to introduce you the best smartphones under Rs 9000. Our ranking will not be based only on pricing, and we have tested most of the smartphones under this price range. This year is very exciting because we have got a lot of smartphones, particularly in mid-range. Many of these smartphones are spectacular in one or another way. Our main criteria for ranking is price, end user experience, battery life and camera performance. Combining all of them, and based on that we have ranked these devices. So here's our list of top smartphone under Rs 9000. Next is Asus ZenFone 2 Laser, priced at Rs 8900. It was launched in August 2015 and comes with a 5.5-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 720 x 1280 pixels at a PPI of 267 pixels per inch and a Gorilla Glass 3 protection. It is powered by a 1.2 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 processor, and it comes with 2 GB of RAM, giving subpar performance compared to its peers. The phone packs 16 GB of internal storage that can be expanded up to 128 GB via a micro SD card. As far as the cameras are concerned, the phone packs a 13-megapixel primary camera on the rear and a 5-megapixel front shooter for selfies. Both cameras perform average in open environments. It runs Android 5.0 and is powered by a 3000 mAh removable battery. The device has decent looks and build, quick and accurate autofocus, good camera performance in closed environments, 4G connectivity on both SIMs and great battery life. The phone is a bit heavy but worth a buy. At number 6, we have an upgraded version from Samsung, the Samsung On 5 Pro. Priced at Rs 8690 and launched in July 2016, and it is the successor of Samsung On 5, which was a fairly decent phone in the range of under Rs 10,000. The only major positive point about low-budget Samsung phone is their after-sales services and the trust we have on this Tier 1 brand. Otherwise, if specifications are to be compared, then they lack with major numbers, as they don't even provide some basic features like gyroscope and ambient light sensors. This phone has a 2 GB RAM and 16 GB ROM, which is a big improvement over its predecessors, but the chipset is still a very basic quad-core Exynos 3475. There is no HDR mode on this phone and has a very slippery design. A very peculiar and amazing feature on this phone is the S-Bike mode that uses the NFC on the phone. Also, unlike its predecessor, it runs on Android Marshmallow and has a 2600 mAh battery life, which is more than sufficient, as you actually can't play high-end games or use it in any other battery draining way. Other than this, there is not one feature actually comparable to other phones on this list. Launched in May 2016 and exclusively sold on Amazon at a price of Rs 8,999, this phone gives you a pure Android 6.0 Marshmallow experience, which further enhances the efficient working and fast updates for the phone. The phone packs a 2800 mAh removable battery with turbocharging capability. Chipset is a mediocre 1.2 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 410, which is a bummer as it is a very old processor, probably the 3rd generation. The camera hardware is also mediocre, featuring an 8-megapixel primary camera on the rear and a 5-megapixel front shooter for selfies, whereas almost all the phones on this list features a 13-megapixel primary camera. The 5-inch HD display has a Gorilla Glass 3 protection and comes with water-repellent nano coating. To conclude, this phone might be a good phone, but not the best phone under Rs 9000. Next is the Meizu M2 Note, priced at Rs 8,999. It was launched in June 2015 and is powered by a 1.3 GHz octa-core MediaTek MT6753 processor. It has a 2 GB of RAM and packs 16 GB of internal storage that can be expanded up to 128 GB via SD card. The device has 13-megapixel primary camera on the rear and a 5-megapixel front shooter. The phone runs Flying 4 based on Android 5.0 and is powered by a 3100 mAh non-removable battery. It is a dual SIM phone. Sensors on the phone include proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, accelerometer and gyroscope. It's a good smartphone with amazing features and a good product at a satisfactory price. The Flying UI has a few bloatwares which decreases the primary memory for users to open multiple apps at once. Also, it has a hybrid SIM tray, thus limiting your options. It also doesn't have the radio or NFC and heats after continuous heavy usage. another Chinese telecommunications equipment company which heavily transports smartphones in Indian market. COOLPAD Note 3 Plus was first available in India on May 2016. It recently entered the Indian market via a partnership with the online shopping website Snapdeal. COOLPAD Note 3 Plus consists of some amazing specs like you can encrypt your applications with just one touch of the finger using the decent fingerprint sensor. You can record videos in HD with the powerful 13-megapixel camera. The gold variant has a gold furnishing on the metal body, giving it a stunning look. It has a 5.5-inch Full HD screen with sharp display and real colors at a PPI of 401 pixels per inch and is secured by a scratch-resistant glass. The mediocre octa-core 1.3 GHz MediaTek MT6753 SoC doesn't appear on a lot of phones these days, with manufacturers opting for newer and more capable options for both MediaTek and Qualcomm. The phone packs 3GB of RAM and 16GB of internal storage that can be expanded up to 64GB via a microSD card. As far as the cameras are concerned, the smartphone packs a 13-megapixel primary camera on the rear and a 5-megapixel front shooter for selfies, but their performance is slightly dull. The COOLPAD Note 3 Plus runs Android 5.1 with CoolUI 6.0 on top, which is a poorly designed software and is powered by a 3000 mAh non-removable battery. It has a decent fingerprint sensor and has heating issues while playing games, but priced at Rs 8,999, it is a good value for money. Next phone on our list is the Micromax Canvas 5, priced at Rs 8,435. The smartphone was launched in November 2015 and it comes with a sharp 5.2-inch Full HD display and a PPI of 424 pixels per inch. This smartphone is powered by a powerful 1.3 GHz octa-core MediaTek MT6753 processor and it comes with 3GB of RAM. The phone packs 16GB of internal storage that can be expanded up to 32GB via a microSD card. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Micromax Canvas 5 packs a decent camera hardware of 13-megapixel primary camera on the rear and a 5-megapixel front shooter for selfies. The low-light camera performance is pretty weak. The 2900 mAh non-removable battery life could have been better. Also, it takes a long time to charge fully. It has crisp Full HD display, captures detailed close-ups and it gives a good overall performance. Before we unveil our top pick for the best phones under Rs 9,000, please subscribe to bestunder.in for more videos like this. Next we have the Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus 3GB RAM version, which is surely Lenovo's answer to all the other phones on this list. Lenovo in the recent months has shown an increased targeting of the mid-budget and low-budget range phones. Launched on August 4, 2016 and priced at Rs 84,999, Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus is packed with a 64-bit 1.2 GHz octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 616 processor, which makes it a swift performer. It has a poor battery capacity of 2750 mAh and has some heating issues. Also, usually low-budget phones don't have a Qualcomm processor, but this phone has a Snapdragon 616 processor along with Adreno 405 GPU. Yes, MediaTek haters, this one's for you. The device comes in both 2GB and 3GB of RAM, but the fingerprint sensor is missing on this device. The phone has a compact design, looks good and has a good Full HD display along with Dolby Atmos sound enhancement. Despite being a Full HD phone, the touch is a 5-point multi-touch only. The 13-megapixel primary camera on the rear and a 5-megapixel front shooter for selfies give a decent camera performance. The phone does not have Android Marshmallow and rather runs on Android 5.1. The phone packs 16GB of internal storage but is expandable only up to 32GB via micro SD card. Also, the phone gets hot when in use, which can be a real deal breaker for some users. Though Lenovo is notorious for its lousy after-sales services, but on this list, this is the only phone from a well-known electronics giant. Finally, summing up, if you are a semi guy, then you know Samsung On 5 Pro with its S-Bike mode and Exynos processor will surely lure you. Also, not forgetting the great after-sale services of Samsung. Comparing Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus 3GB version and Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime, Lenovo packs a higher clocked Snapdragon 616 CPU, whereas Redmi packs the latest generation Snapdragon 430 CPU. So it's up to you if you want the latest or the fastest one. For MediaTek lovers, COOLPAD Note 3 Plus and Micromax Canvas 5 are the best, but COOLPAD Note Plus is a better option. I hope this helps you to make a better decision when trying to figure out what phone to get next. These were the things that popped out to me when I was looking out for the differences. It's actually kind of surprising that phones in very similar price point actually have significantly different attributes, reasons why you want one over the other. If you want to check pricing and availability with best buy links, check them in description below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy this content, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below and we will catch you on the next video. Hey, still watching? Hit subscribe button below. It's free, isn't it?